Lately, I've been on a mission to get to 8% body fat. Now, I've helped over 6,000 people achieve goals like this, so I just put together the plan and started executing. Until this week. This week, I had a 5-day conference, essentially a work trip, and it was going to be really hard for me to get access to the right food or the right quantities of food to stick to my goals. So I decided to hire a coach. And today I'm going to talk about why everybody needs a coach. Hi, I'm Coach Jay, and in this channel we use curiosity and optimism to explore a better life. In the past, when I've tried to get down to 7-8% body fat, I've always been that dude that either brought his food to a restaurant or just said, forget it, I'm gonna eat whatever and then I'll get back to it when I get back. But I decided this time to grab a coach. Why did I decide to get a coach? Well, there are 3 reasons. The first one is I wanted someone to give me a 30,000-foot view. A good coach is going to ask you questions. They're going to ask you what is working now, what are your biggest challenges, what is the outcome that we're trying to generate. These are questions that as the person going through it, you're probably not going to ask yourself. So you need an outside perspective to ask you those questions. The coach's job is to gather all of the information about all of the things that are going on with you so that they can come up with a plan. In my case, once I had my coach ask my questions, she found out that I was following a macro-based plan with pretty high protein. I was working out, weightlifting, usually once a day, and then doing some sort of mobility the other time during the day. And I was tracking my food and I was hitting my numbers. So that was sort of my current plan. And my situation was I wasn't going to be able to go to that conference for 5 days and do all of those things. So she had to come up with something for me to do while I was at that conference. And that leads me to the second reason. A coach is going to come up with a plan. If you look at any sport, there's always the athlete and the coach. And I like to think about any endeavor that I go through as the athlete version of me and then the coach version of me. Or perhaps if you're working on business, it is the operator version of you versus the CEO version of you. And if you're not able to take off those hats and put on new hats, then you stop seeing the forest for the trees. So when you look at sports like basketball, Kobe Bryant had a coach. That guy knew a lot about basketball, but he had a coach who would have to draw the plays up and tell him what to do and sort of see the whole floor. Even though Kobe might actually have more knowledge than whoever was coaching him at the time, he doesn't have the same view. So he has to take that plan from the coach. If you're a car racing fan, Lewis Hamilton has a coach named Toto Wolff who gets in his ear while he's driving and he says, speed up, slow down, pit stop. That's not the kind of thing that he's going to be able to do for himself. So the coach comes up with a plan. So in my case, once the coach had gathered all the information, she came up with a plan. And the plan was that I was going to track my food, but I wasn't going to fuss over it. And I was going to avoid sugar and alcohol and gluten because based on my past, we found that those things are problematic for me when I'm trying to get to 7-8% body fat. She also recommended that instead of weightlifting, trying to work all of that out while I'm traveling, that I would just go for a daily walk and do my mobility in my hotel room. So now I had a plan for what I was going to do during this 5 days of the conference. And that leads me to step 3. The reason I asked a coach is because it works. Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan did not win championships without Phil Jackson coaching them. Lewis Hamilton needed Toto Wolff to help him win the Formula 1 title. Having a coach actually works. And in my case, I followed the plan. I didn't worry about the quantity of my food, but I just avoided certain things. I did my walks and I did my mobility and I came back and I had lost 5 pounds over the course of the 5 days. I'm still actually on track even though I had to go off of my original plan. If you want to figure out how to find a coach and how to determine whether you need a trainer or a coach, go check out this video over here where we talk about is a trainer or a coach actually worth it and how to find one. Thanks for watching this video. Hit like if you liked it. We'll see you in the next one.